All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're unlocking the eighth wonder, wealth through time and interest. If you've ever felt like building wealth is some exclusive club with the secret handshake, well, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to completely demystify this today, ditch the complex jargon, and just look at the literal mechanics of how money actually grows.
So let's kick things off with a pretty fascinating question. How exactly do people get wealthy without earning a massive salary? It's a huge curiosity gap, right? I mean, we constantly assume the only way to get rich is a six-figure paycheck, winning the lottery, or just being some business savant. But if you look at the data, that is simply not true for the average investor. You literally do not need a massive income to build a serious net worth.
The real secret? It actually brings us to this legendary quote. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Now look, whether Albert Einstein actually said those exact words over dinner is up for debate, but the math behind it, absolutely undeniable. Compound interest is, hands down, the most powerful wealth-building formula on the planet.
To really get this, we have to bust a massive myth right now. The myth is that money grows just by saving more of it. But the reality, money grows because time multiplies it. It is so common to think, if I want to be rich, I just need to ruthlessly pinch pennies, never buy coffee again, and stuff cash under my mattress. But the truth is, you can't just save your way to true wealth. Time is the active ingredient here. Time is the multiplier.
Section 1. How money makes money.
Okay, so imagine you kick things off with a baseline of just $1,000. You set that cash aside, and you decide to put it into a reliable investment.
Let's say it earns a standard 10% interest rate. Boom. After just 1 year, you're sitting on $1,100. Pretty simple, right? You literally made $100 for doing absolutely nothing except leaving your money alone.
But here is where it gets wild. The compounding cycle. Year 2 is where the magic happens. First, you earn interest. Then it's added to your principal. And finally, you earn interest on that interest. So in year 2, you aren't just earning 10% on your original $1,000. No, you're earning 10% on $1,100. That extra $100 you made, it just started making its own money. It's literally like your money went out and hired its own employees to work for you.
And this kicks off exponential growth, which is when an investment becomes a larger machine that produces even more money every single year. Think of a tiny snowball at the top of a mountain. At first, it fits in the palm of your hand, right? Barely visible. But as it rolls, it grabs more snow. The bigger it gets, the faster it collects even more snow, until eventually, it's an unstoppable avalanche. Your money acts the exact same way.
Section 2. The 10-year advantage.
Let's look at Sarah and James. Sarah starts investing $300 a month at age 20. James puts in the exact same amount, $300 a month, but he waits until age 30 to get started. They're making the exact same monthly effort. The only difference is that Sarah started a full decade earlier. And wow, look at the results. Even if James invests faithfully for decades, Sarah finishes with significantly more wealth. Why? Just because her money had 10 extra years to compound. Her snowball was rolling down that mountain, gaining serious mass and momentum for an entire decade before James even made his first snowball.
So the massive takeaway here is that time beats timing. Honestly, this might be the most crucial lesson in all of personal finance. People burn so much energy trying to find the absolute perfect investment or trying to perfectly time the market. Skip all that. Your real focus should be on starting consistently as early as humanly possible.
Section 3. The dark side of compounding.
Now, we've got to pivot for a second because this isn't all sunshine and rainbows. While investing compounds for you, credit card debt compounds completely against you. If you're carrying an unpaid balance, credit card companies are using this exact same math, this eighth wonder of the world, to drain your wallet. Interest generates interest on what you owe, turning a tiny little balance into an absolute nightmare incredibly fast. This math is happening whether you like it or not, so you have to make sure it's working for you, not quietly destroying your finances.
Section 4. Time is your greatest asset. So what do the pros do? Successful investors share 3 main habits. They invest regularly, they stay invested during market crashes, and they allow time to do the heavy lifting. Notice what's missing here? Luck, stock-picking genius, insider info. None of that is on the list. True success is just about boring consistency and incredible patience. You just keep packing snow onto that snowball, and you don't panic when the market gets a little bumpy. And this right here is where people completely mess up. The first years build the foundation. The later years create the explosion. Early on, the growth feels painfully slow.
People quit because they're not driving a Ferrari by year 3. But remember, compound interest completely rewards patience, not speed. You are just laying down the foundation. The real explosion of wealth, that happens in the later decades.
So, getting this right requires a total mindset shift. The wrong question, the one we all ask, is how much money do I need? We obsess over some giant final number, which just makes it feel completely impossible. But the right question, the one that actually gets the ball rolling, how soon can I start? We have to stop stressing over the intimidating math and just focus on taking immediate action.
So really, how soon can you start? Could it be today? Is it with $50 a month? $10 a week? Honestly, the dollar amount matters way less than just getting the timeline started. Your journey to wealth literally begins the exact second you let that clock start ticking in your favor.
Ultimately, in investing, your most valuable asset is not your money. It is your time. So don't stress if you don't have a massive salary right now. Use the asset you actually have. Let time do the heavy lifting and let the eighth wonder of the world build your foundation. The only question left is, are you going to let the time pass anyway, or are you going to start the clock today?